242 of you. All right, welcome to Supper Talk. It's Supper Talk again. Every Monday, definitely we will have a Supper Talk, and we try to make it at least twice a week, every alternate day, so it can be Monday and Wednesday, or Monday and Friday, or if I got enough speaker, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, so today we are quite fortunate to have one of our long-time veteran leaders who started her career as a telemarketer for I think should be a hotel. So you sometimes you receive call from hotel lady that try to push you to buy a package, right? And they are so convincing that you always end up paying $500-600 or even a few $1,000s for a package that promises a lot of vouchers, and then in the end you never use them. I gonna 2 times already. So I always find that this type of telemarketer, they are very skillful, they are very patient, and they are not pushy. So in the end, I always give in, and I bought 2 so far, and 2 of them expire worthless. So so we have Emily Lim, who is actually formerly a trained telemarketer before she became an agent. Later, I'll let her tell you more about how she started. But more importantly, I think many of you are more interested to know how she managed to close almost 100,000. I was just joking with her. She only need to clock another $2,000 rental. She will earn a 100K batch. But well, let her tell you more, and she will also tell you not just the money that she lost. She will tell you the money that she no, she will tell you not just the money that she win, but also the money that she lost because of the very dear mistake that she made. Right? I'll let her share with you later. Okay, so let's get started, and we will begin this with having Emily coming on stage with us. Let me bring her in with us here. Give me a moment. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Emily Lim. Hello, Emily.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, you got to speak out louder.
Thank you for attending this Super Talk.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, and I'm very glad to have you share with us, and I'm very touched for you to come and willing to share this. Actually, I didn't really need to call her and beg her to share. I just sent a broadcast to my leader chat group and say that anybody can help me share and motivate the agents, and she stepped forward. So I'm very grateful for that, because this is the time where we need to hear positive news that our agents are closing deal, whether it's a good time, bad time. As long as you don't stop working, you will definitely have customer, right? So after her sharing, I will also share with you a bit of tips that I've discovered lately and see whether that can help you. All right, so but for now, I will leave it to Emily to share with you more about her story. So Emily, tell us, which hotel did you start off with?
Oh, I started with many hotels. I was a telemarketer for 18 years, and I earned quite a lot of money.
Yes.
During
Wow.
80s, 1980s, 90s, I earned about 6,000 a month.
Wow.
Just doing the
$6,000 a month for a telemarketer, that's a lot of money.
yes. because I'm a pioneer group and my wages is 2-3 thousand a week. Sometimes it can be more.
Wow.
I work for Raffles Hotel,
Okay.
Accor Hotel, and Marriott Hotel, Holiday Inn, Marina Mandarin Hotel. You name it,
Wow.
all I have done.
Every hotel you
Yes.
already done before.
Yep, all
So
five-star hotel.
so what is the key about those telemarketer? You know, I personally I don't like to be a telemarketer. To be frank with you, when I started real estate, I really phobia of telemarketing because every 10 call you get scolded 9 times.
Yes.
And I how do you manage?
Oh, throughout the years, I mean, basically, you have to be very persistent as a telemarketer because not to forget, you are doing faceless sales. So you don't see the customer, but your tone and your warmth you have to carry out to another to that person who are listening to you. So basically, over the years, I make a lot of friends over the phone, and I can't believe that I never been there for 5-6 years, but we're still friends.
Well, but then um you know everybody you call you will like some of them will be very rude to you and some
Yes,
of them will be very unkind and they slam your phone. Some people even scold verbally that
of
don't call
course,
me
of course.
back.
But
How you cope with that?
I have customers who actually tell me about their family story, a family problem over the phone to me. So instead of I selling them the package, but they are actually seeking for counseling from me. So it's very interesting. I make really a lot of friends over there.
Ah,
Yeah.
amazing.
And a lot of them, they want to come down to meet us, want to be friend, you know, things like that. And they even want more from us.
So do you encounter nasty customers?
Nasty customer, yes, of course, we do have a very nasty one. They scold you, they say, don't call me again. They slam the phone, things like that.
Then when they slam the phone, how do you feel?
Well, we still call them.
You
And then
still call them.
we still call them. We never give up.
Ah,
As well, it's because those days we don't have the do not call list. So we still call them, until they buy.
call
We
them
never
until
let
they buy.
any single
You mean
customer.
even when they are rude or they are angry at you, slam your
Yes,
phone, you call back.
yes.
And did they not say, how many times must I tell you don't call me?
I said, I'll call you back another time. This is not the time. Maybe perhaps I call you another time.
Ah,
And you believe me that we actually get them to buy?
wow. You mean
Yes,
those people that initially slam on you,
yes.
in the end, after how many calls, they eventually buy?
Probably about 10 to 20 calls.
10 to 20 calls.
Yeah, you
Wow.
just have to be patient.
I
Every
would
customer
I
is
would have give up on the first second call. Amazing. Okay, great. So I guess maybe you want to tell them more about your story and how you started, and then of course we'll be here to hear how you closed so much com last month. Why last month at about 97,000 is considered a lot because you didn't close projects. What do you close in this 97,000 by the way?
okay. I closed 3 sales and one rental.
So these three sales, any of the sales is project.
One of them is projects.
One of them is project. Which
Yes,
project is that?
treasure.
Treasure. Wow. So three sales and it means one project and then two resale.
Yes.
And this is closed last month when COVID-19 is at
Yeah,
escalating time.
that's right.
Wow. So tell us, how did you manage that?
Well, I will share two scenario. First scenario is that there's a landed property which is I actually marketing it and for almost 3 months, but however, the price was actually pretty high on that time during the 3 months. So it is a timing where the owner are willing to reduce the price because of COVID-19. So I went to see them and then talk to the owner now, and they are getting worried because of this pandemic. So they listened to me and dropped price to about 150,000. So I catch it, and I was very excited. In fact, that it was much below the valuation. So what I did was I have 60 overviewing during these 3 months. So I call them. The next day I call them one by one. Within about 2 hours, I finish all the 60 call and ask them to came for a second viewing or even some third viewing on that Saturday morning. So on that Saturday morning, they came, and they offer. There are many offers coming in, and in fact, they some of them want to give me check, and uh, and there's one very sincere one, which is I know that he's a good buyer. And I know that he will not play punk with me, because sometimes they say they're interested, but then they want to go, they want to even reduce the price. So immediately I caught this guy this buyer who are very interested. So I sit down and do the calculation and sum with him, and he gave me a check.
So you're
So
saying, okay, so I caught the part where you say that you actually call back 60 buyers one
yes,
by one. So
yes, in the 3 months,
where did these 60 buyers come from?
from my handphone, from my lead, these are buyer, every buyer that called me
So
to
this
view,
60 buyer that call you, were they buyer for this
they
same
already
property
viewed
or for other property?
same property.
So this same property in the last few months of marketing it, you have accumulated 60 phone number, and
Yes,
some of the number is as old as how long ago?
3 months.
3 months. Wow. So these 60 numbers that you got, instead of texting them, you call them one by one.
Yes.
So what did you say to them?
Well, I
How
said
do
they
you
have
open a how
price.
do you do an opening?
I said, well, are you still interested in this property? So and so, and you know what? I have good news to share with you. The price has dropped. The owner is willing to drop for another, so and so much. And are you excited about it? Because I'm excited about it. So I think this is a good buy. So, well, some of them they listen to me, and some of them, of course, already bought, or some even in overseas when I WhatsApp them, and they even call me back. So they say, well, I'm overseas and things like that. But however, five came on that Saturday morning. So I catch it and I close it. And my commission is 2%.
Wow. So
Yeah.
owner actually reduce price and still pay you 2%.
Yes. Okay. The owner actually reduced the price, but however, I get slightly more than what he wants. So but I did not tell him until when I got the check. I went to see him to sign the option, and I told him, this is slightly more than what you want. Because actually my exclusive is 2% anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually he paid me 2%.
So basically so when you call the buyers one by one, I like the way you put it, the price has reduced. I'm excited. Are you excited? I
Yeah.
like the statement because you invoke excitement to the customer that because if it's a price that even the agent is excited, it must be a good price, right? So I think that's a good tip. Anyone
Some
of you on the stage, any question for Emily? Oh, Emily, one question for you. Are all these direct buyers?
no, they are
CFO ask you, are all these direct buyers?
no, there are some co-bro agent,
But you call back 60, these 60 among them is also direct buyers.
agent, direct buyers.
Fantastic. Anybody got other questions for Emily? Just type in the chat. Any question for Emily? Okay. So, but then among these, so Emily, the webcast and the live is about 30 seconds delay. So when I ask them any question, you will take about 30 seconds for them to come. Just
Okay.
to share with you. So this is how it works. So any other questions, please feel free to put it there. So you told us that you closed 3 sales. This landed is one of them. What about the other 2?
The other one is I'm serving buyer.
Okay, you
The other one is
serving buyer.
yeah, but that one is actually I was serving him for almost 6 months.
almost 6 months, and during good time he didn't buy. Bad
He did.
time he buy.
Yes.
Why? Tell us
Because,
more about it.
well, I pestered him. I said, this is the time to buy. And moreover, that this unit is 2.2 million, and during that time, the seller is actually a China, all right, and she just came back from Shanghai, so she has to quarantine for 14 days. And in fact, he was so excited. He just want to chong and go and view. I said, no, you have to wait for 14 days. So I even prepare mask for him to wear, and he like not very excited about, the COVID-19. So he was like playing a fool with me. I said, no, this is very serious. This virus is very contagious. You have to put on mask. So, which is he did lah. And then after that, we give an offer and the owner accepted. Yeah, it's a good
So,
offer.
yep, okay. So the buyer, even though got virus, they still continue to buy. So you mentioned it's a foreigner. It's
It's a local, but the seller is a foreigner, Chinese, China. Mean,
okay. Right. So one question from the floor. Any question from the floor? So this question come from, I don't know who is Oh My Lord. Is calling FFBO and FSBO a good idea?
yes, of course. Why not? You
Yep.
can call them because anyway they are not on the do not call list, so you can call them anytime, no problem, with your handphone or with any phone.
So for your landlord, one question come from Bobby. Uh, how often you advertise in the Straits Time for landed property?
I would say I'll probably advertise about three times and that's it because not much call for landed, but many call for Coffee Guru and 99.co, and
Ah,
yeah.
okay, that's good. Right. So if tell us more about the other unit,
But the
uh,
other unit was
the treasure one,
very
right?
excited. Yeah, the other unit was very excited. What happened was during Christmas, me and my daughter, we set up a website for selling cookie, and I'm actually helping my daughter. I'm not into, doing this business myself, but just a hobby because I like to bake, I like to cook. So I'm helping her, and then she set up a Facebook account to create, the order. So one of my client go through that. Saw we sell that we are selling the cookie and order the cookie online.
Hmm.
And this client is I did not contact him probably about 8 years to 10 years. We never contact each other. All right. And he ordered a few bottles and I deliver the cookie to his house. All right. After deliver the cookie to his house, and of course we chit chat and all that, and I asked him, about property, and then I sit down and do some calculation using our info, our this AAG Instant Pro, and I'll do some calculation for him, and he's going to reach 55 next year. So I told him, wow, this is a time for you to buy. And currently the HDB flat is about already 18 years. So I say it's a time for you to sell and buy a resale or even EC or new projects. So and I noticed that he has about almost quite a lot of CPF in OA account, which is he can take it out and buy. So after doing the sum, he say, okay, let me consider discuss with the wife. So the next week, 1 month later, I visit them again, and then I do another, calculation and try to persuade them to go in to buy because they are actually ready with the cash in hand, with the CPF. There's no issue at all. So he still very uncertain. He want to look at resale first. He was thinking to buy freehold one bedder or two bedroom for investment, and then he remains staying in the HDB. So I told him the pros and cons. I said, well, the HDB is already reached the age. If you don't sell now, you're not going to sell. And you will forever stay in the HDB. And for a family of four, for you to stay in a two-bedder is really too small. So he listened to my advice, and I brought him to see about probably 10 units of resale. And then he's still not convinced. He said, well, resale is so old and, need a lot of renovation. And so I thought, how about new projects? So I brought him to see Ola, the EC, and I do for him the e-app, and he's eligible to buy. But the only thing is he doesn't want to pay the resale levy. So I said, okay, well, you don't want to pay resale levy, then you have to go for new projects. All right. So I do, and I see that his son is able to go in to buy a new projects. So we went to see Treasure. I brought him to see Treasure. All right. At first, he was not, he said 2,000 over units, so many units and so congested. I said, no, you go and see first. I said, you don't have to buy, you just go and see the project. So he went, and he's still not convinced. Even the tiger explained everything, and very patient with him, and still not convinced. And he said he want to look at 5 years MOP EC. So I checked Tampines, that is only Trillion. So I brought him to see Trillion. That two Saturday, I brought him to see almost 8 units of Trillions, right? So he
Wow.
find that, well, it's very small, and he start asking me, why are they selling, so many units selling? I said, well, they reach an MOP, they want to cash out. I said, that is what is it all about. I mean, for investment, they want to cash out and then move on. Probably they buy upgrade themselves. I said, well, why don't you consider buying a new one if you think that this is already 8 years, because MOP 5 years, and during the construction, I said it's already 8 years. So the second time he go to Treasure again, all right, to show flat. And then the third time, of course, after that, I close it. Yeah, I
Amazing.
close it. So
So I think we pick up something here. So basically, Emily was very patient, show him as many units as possible, and not just show new launch and not just show resale. And she did a few basket, right? And when she bring it to Treasure, her client is not ready. She start to bring it out, but in her mind, she will always try to steer back to new launches
yes,
because customer asks why people selling right now. I think her answer is very good. It is because it's reached 5 years, people cash out. So if you don't like to be the one that is paying for somebody else cash out, you may as well buy brand new.
yes.
So that steer her back into new launches eventually and close it, right? How much com was that? I think quite high com, right? That
Oh,
project.
very good com, almost 45.
45K. Wow. Awesome. So uh, we got one question on the floor from Helena. Helena asks you, which source do you get your 60 plus buyer? I mean, which platform is more effective for you?
Oh, I would say normally I will save the buyer contact in my phone. Then
In your phone. That brings us to
because
so the buyers come from where? So is it Guru? Is it
Guru,
SPH more, newspaper more, Age?
okay, SPH about probably 10%, but majority all from Guru and like,
Okay, majority from Guru.
and
Okay,
only
so Billy has a question for you too. So Billy asks you, how did you remember all the 60 buyers caller? Do you have a system or recording, or it's just simply record in a mobile phone like a contact?
I will actually I still do the old ways. I write down in the book.
You write out in a book.
I have a viewing for every viewing. I write down the comment. Why is he not buying? Why is he what kind of comment? Because I have to feedback this to my seller. It's very important. Every viewing I have to feedback to my seller because I'm representing my seller. So make
You
sure that I'm doing my work. I have to update every single viewing.
So I think the viewing record serves two purposes. One is to keep your seller updated of the progress of the property they're marketing. But the real best thing is that, remember I told you guys before in one of the training, buyers that you met 2 to 3 months ago, today is a gold mine.
Yes.
Because if you meet a brand new customer that say today is my first day of search, then I can tell you this fish cannot cook until 3 months later. But if you found a fish that is 3 months ago, today will be ready for cooking, which is the reason why those of you who are like Emily, diligently tracking customer since 3 months ago or 5 months ago, today you have a ready pool of buyers. But if you don't have, I think today you still can build some more along the way.
I
So
think,
yep,
sorry, I think probably Billy want to know, or other people want to know why 60 buyer I cannot close after have to wait for this COVID pandemic, then I can close it. Wow, because these 60 buyers, some of them are not ready to buy yet.
yep,
They still have their own existing house, so they need to sell their house in order to buy.
yep. In fact, if you ask me, I like this type of situation where the market is very slow and then you got time to train the buyers and so on. So, you know, buyers take time and they don't commit. So it's pretty good. You got time to create relationship with them.
Yep.
So Cindy asked you, did your treasure buyer pay ABSD?
Yes.
Oh, they pay. So how did you convince him or her to
Okay,
pay ABSD?
uh we have a lawyer who actually reimbursed back the ABSC, but of course he has to pay first by using his CPF.
You have to pay first by paying your CPF.
Yep. So
Okay,
he
good.
sufficient enough CPF to pay the ABSD.
Right. Okay, so we will let Emily continue with what she wants to share with you. All right, so we will open up for question later. So as and when you think of question, just pump it onto the chat boxes, and then later we will just bring it in. Right, so I will let Emily continue to share with you more. Emily, would you want to tell them more about, give them some tips how they can do a better way? Okay, so you give me 1 minute, you have a chat with them. I will go and pick up my charger from my laptop. Okay.
Okay. Okay, what I want to share is that telemarketing is really a good communication rather than just using WhatsApp or SMSs. So during this time, what I did was every day I'll try to call at least 3 to 5 customers. We are talking about warm leads, not cold leads, huh? Warm leads, because cold leads you have to do it. Of course, in the office phone is better, but we are now actually talking about the warm leads that in your mobile phone. That those who came to see the projects, or even those who are you are doing resale, you have this resale buyer and didn't buy your property, but they are still your one of the lead. So what you can do is just follow up with them. If you can call like 5 person a day, which is good. So later on, I will provide a script for you as well to how to go about calling them. And most important, you have to update them what we have in our AAG. Hey, you guys are so blessed that we have such a good Lester, pro technology to do for us all this fantastic app and all that for us. So I think make use of it. Really make use of it. Yeah. And any question for me?
Right. So if you got questions, feel free to ask the questions. We will proceed on to the lesson proper so that she can share with you. Right. So today's topic is about warm calling. Why we say warm calling and not cold calling? Uh, because of a story that she just shared with me this morning. You see, a lot of times we are trying to look for new customer, but actually we forgot that the customer that we know over the years, they are actually now ready to buy. Either they have already completed their SSD, they find their house too small, they want to upgrade, they want to downgrade for whatever reason. So instead of looking for new customer, you're actually better off in looking the circle of customer that you currently have right inside your phone or your own relatives. So Emily, tell them about your story of your relative. Come.
Okay, I have a relative, Chinese New Year, we had dinner together, and they knew that I'm a property agent. I even give them my card. But however, one of the, so-called my niece, my nephew, sorry, he walked into garden to buy a one bedder without me. So that commission is almost 26,000.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You see, a
How
lot of
much again?
26.
26,000 fly away.
Yep.
If your niece know that you also can help him buy gardens,
My nephew,
your nephew, uh, would he have would they have buy from you?
of course, because when I asked him, why you never bring me, no, you never bring Cuckoo to go in the, the Cuckoo also get a commission. He said, sorry, Cuckoo, I really don't know. I thought you only doing your own, your own whatever race. I do not know what you're doing. So I thought you don't do projects or new launch. So
See,
you never know your own relative do not know what you are doing, but knowing that you are real estate agent.
see, that's exactly the problem, right? Many of us we forgot that actually our own relative, our own friends, our own classmate, they also have property needs. You know, when a market is going up very fierce, a lot of people are get priced out of it. But everybody wants a good deal, which means this period there is a notion of good deals going around in the market. So I can guarantee you, among your friends and your cliques, they will be really, really thinking of buying because they are qualified. They are just waiting for a good deal. And now they every day read bad news, they know that a good deal is on the horizon. So and one thing I also noticed is the when I go to the M and I notice a lot of unit being sold, I look around in the tentage. Majority of the people who buy the M is in their 30s or mid 30s or even younger. So that brings me to share with you guys is that actually your own relatives or own younger friends or your friend's daughter, your customers' daughter or son, those are your best target. And that's the reason why today's topic is about warm calling, right? So we don't think about new cold calling first because if you can't even convince people who know you, like you, and trust you to buy from you, let alone convincing strangers, right? So that's
Yes.
the reason why before we talk about cold calling, let's work on the easy one first, which is the warm calling. And Emily already shared with you, if you don't go around engaging your own relative, somebody else will.
Yep.
And that may cost you $26,000. So there's a lesson learned. So I hope we can take this lesson today from Emily seriously, how to do proper warm calling. So Emily, you want to tell them more about how you do it? Okay, you can start. You give me the go on
Okay.
a slide, then
I'd
you can
like
let me know.
to,
Yeah.
before we start, I'd like to answer one question
Okay,
for
which
this
question?
CT Ong.
CT Ong. Okay, let me bring it
He
up.
asked whether I'm selective on showing buyers.
Yep. Are you?
Well, basically, a few questions you need to ask before you conduct the viewing. First of all, you ask them, have you done your, your in principle approved, or you need to sell your house or things like that. But sometimes, if you approach too much question, they will say, why you are asking me so much? I just want to view the house. So I'll normally depend. It depends. If the person really insists of viewing the house, of course, I'll go ahead and show them.
So one of the tips that I learned in my career is sometimes to find whether a good buyer. Usually when buyers come, I also tends to grade the buyers. Every time met a buyer, I will mentally grade the buyer. Is he a grade A, grade B, or grade C? So I will mentally classify my buyers. So I don't care what kind of buyers are there, but as long as they are grade A, I will focus on that. Okay, so grade A are the ones who are serious, urgent, and definitely have to sell or buy. Right? This is grade A. The buying signal is very clear one. Then there are the grade B, and of course grade C is the worst. They are just shopper. They will not buy one. They will take their own sweet time. So grade B is the in between of these two. So one way I use to find grade A is discourage them to buy. I'll ask them, why are you buying now? Maybe next year cheaper leh. So I discourage them to buy. So when they reply to me, yeah, I agree with you, next year buy will be cheaper. And then this start is immediately downgrade to C.
Yeah.
But if he answer me, no leh, I cannot leh, I cash out, business not doing very well. I want to stand by some money for my funds. Immediately this is grade A. Then you focus on this group, right? Like like Emily said, keep attacking, keep going over and over again. Use hard to reach out to them. So Emily, tell us more how you do warm leads. Okay.
Warm leads. Okay. Basically, I've shared just now when you're away. Okay, I normally call at least 3 to 5 a day to update them about current situation.
Okay.
See how we can help them during time. Yeah.
All right. So are you ready to go through the scripts with them or yeah?
Yeah. So we go through the
Okay,
script
let
and
me
push.
okay, so let me
So basically, what you can do is that you greet them. Of course, Mr. Tan, this is Emily again calling you from AAG Orange Tea. Always greet them. How are you? How are you today? Sometimes they are not in a bad mood. Sometimes maybe they are quarrel their wife or what. But always give them time to answer you, and then update them. But we are currently reaching out to our loyal client. So you have to put as loyal client. Why? Because if they find that I'm your loyal customer, and they feel great, talk something good about them, and to share with you some exciting features that we only offer to our current client. All right, so that make them feel special. So, Mr. Tan, are you aware that the interest rate are dropped to only 1.5%? So you wait for the answer. All right. So they will. So this is actually to cling them so that they can continue listen the conversation with you. All right. Communicate with you. And then if latest defer installment is what you are currently looking for, I'm happy to go through with you now. Go through the detail with you now. So make them excited. So Mr. Tan, is your lock-in period over? And the reason is for me to ask is that this is the best time to refinance. We simple allow you to save thousands of dollars in a year. So make them more excited. And then AAG has designed comprehensive business continuously framework in 2020, which is Lester done for us. And in order to continue to help our client even during these very unsettling times, all right? And of course, Mr. Tan, we create an investor and technology to continue giving our client the most convenient and practical solution to make sure that you are able to get help in needs and remotely. So what is real estate services can provide for our seller, our buyer, our landlord, and our tenant? All right. So in AAG, we have virtual touch, we have virtual staging, we have virtual staging for 360 photo. And let me explain how this work for you, Mr. Tan. And number two, we have remote video production service. And this is service that allow us to create impressive marketing video for your home during this circuit breaker period. So let me explain this, how it works. and get them excited. All right, and then you go on. We do digital signing. We turn physical document to a scanned PDF. You can use PDF scanning app on both platforms. And we do remote viewing and remote handover the agent to host a virtual viewing, a virtual video meeting from home, and your tenant buyer from her home, and you show his house together. So, Mr. Tan, thank you for your support, and we appreciate your loyalty. As part of our courtesy call today, I will be happy to assist you with any of your clarification and questions. All right. So I look forward to the next communication and wishing you the best in this trying time. Take care and have a good day. So this is the script that I provide for AAG. So hopefully you can use this script if some of the new agents, your agents, can't go through with their customer or can't make a call to their customer on the phone. This is a script. That's how they can start from here. Yep.
Well, Emily, are you okay? I share this script with them.
Sure.
Okay, so we will we'll share it to you through our Orange Tea AAG email, and it's going to be in Microsoft Word so that you can edit on your own and you can revise it, right? Of course, you can change it to your own speaking style, right? So the gist of her script is that she don't just talk about generic things. She talk about something that is unique for AAG agent for our customer, because every customer will get too many agents calling them, so they will always wonder what is so special about you. So when you start to tell them about AAG's support that other agents don't provide, so usually the key here is to share with them that uh, if you want to sell or rent your property urgently during this period, then you cannot wait until COVID-19 is over, then you start to show house. What if we tell you that we have found a way to show your house without anyone physically entering your house? And our agents have already reported that many of them has closed due for our owner, even nobody has stepped into the house. So how do we do it? There are a few ways. One is remote viewing, whereby we will do a 3-party video call with you to go through the house with the tenant or the buyer. And sometimes to save your time, we even conduct multiple party in the same call. So we could have 3 tenants was us plus you to view the house together. Right? For those of you who don't know how to do it, please go and look at the video on remote viewing, remote handover that we send to you on email. Right? These are the services that owner want to hear. Right? How can you help me rent out my property in this period? It's their biggest concern right now. How can you sell my property during this period? That's also their concern. So second solution, you can say that we realize that posting property on Property Guru is not good enough. Because nowadays people are spending more time on YouTube and Facebook. So we will help you create YouTube and Facebook video marketing. And again, this professional video, later I will send you a link. You take a look, this is what we do for our owner. And because of that, we can push this to YouTube and Facebook. We get a lot of call for you, right? And the best part is we can do this remotely, all right? We will show you how to shoot your video, teach you how to professionally shoot your house, payment to us, we add music, we add sound effect, voiceover, and return to you in a very professionally done way, right? And these are the things that we do for the owner, so that you don't wait for market to fall. A lot of time, our owner are waiting for CB is over. If you wait for CB over, you're waiting for market to fall, because every day we are hearing news of bankruptcy, we're hearing news of business failing, restaurant closing down. Guess what happened if you wait until circuit breaker is over? Because don't forget, if today people are trying to sell their price very low, 1 month later, it becomes the new valuation, right? I repeat, whatever that people sell low today, it will become next month's valuation. So today, this month, whatever you sell is based on last month's valuation. So you better sell this month rather than next month, because next month, very, very likely the valuation across the board is going to soften. So leverage on that. And then they will ask you how. Well, these are the things that we do for you to help you sell during this period, right? Then I can send you some sample, you take a look. If you like what you see, we can get on to a Google Meet conversation, then we can discuss accordingly. Right? So you can start this type of conversation on that. So any questions that you guys have right now after listening to Emily? Okay, feel free, ask us any question now. So Cindy has a question for you, right?
Cindy.
Usually, what is a good time to call our leads?
Okay, what you will do is that, first of all, now because of a lot of them, they are working at home and they are still working, and some they have children who are studying. So they need a lot of attention to the family. So the best is that you drop them an SMS, say, need to call you, talk to you, things like that. And then you make an appointment, all right? And I think if it's after 7, after dinner, is good. 8 o'clock onward is fine. Other than that, you can do it on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, right? So Helena is curious, how long are you in this industry?
Oh, I'm in this real estate industry for the last 14 years.
Wow, 14 years.
Yeah, during those days, I don't have such a good, I don't have Lester. we, we literally have to buy newspaper and we have to search from the newspaper. We have to stack up, in our office or in our home with all the newspaper. So we don't have technology those days. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only laptop that we have, computer that we have. We don't have Lester. So we are actually blessed to have such a genius technology guy, in AAG, Lester Tan, to help us with all this. So make use of it. I'm still learning. I'm coming 60. I wait to honor
Wow.
you. I'm coming 60 years old. I'm no more young, but I'm still learning. I still do my video marketing, do my video shoot. I still I
Age
still
is
learn.
not an excuse to adopt technology.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, I
So
like the way Helena just mentioned, today's low is tomorrow's high. I think you guys have to learn this catchphrase when you talk to owners, right? Today's low will become tomorrow's high. Why? Because tomorrow you will think that yesterday's price is higher. So today's low maybe is a low price for today's market, but it will turn out to be tomorrow's high if you compare. I think that's a good phrase that we learned today, right? So
yeah, Lester. Now is cash is king.
cash is king, correct?
Cash is really king. When market downturn, do you have the money? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So Yvonne is also fully agreeing with you, right? I think I think you by now from the way she read the script, you can tell that um, she's not like a very sales talk type of person. She talk in a very slow, sincere manner, make people feel very comfortable that he's very sincere, truly care for your customer. Because the customer won't care about you unless they know that you really care
Yes,
about
you
them.
care. You always make them very special, and it's just that you are only calling him.
Yeah,
Make him
exactly.
feel special. When you make the customer feel special over the phone, they will listen to you. Definitely, they will listen to you.
Exactly. Well, we have one statement from Alexandra Wong. Our leads say that copper, if we send them other project, we will get complaint. So I guess what you mean is that your lead say they will complain you lah. Well, actually, you need to pre-stage them first. Like you will tell the customer, dear Mr. Customer, while you are considering Copa, may I ask if I happen to hear any other project that the developer is trying to lay long at exciting price, would you like to be informed? would you like to be informed if I hear any developer lay long the price? If you say in this way, they will tell you, of course, yes, I want good deal. Then you say, great, so I will share with you as and when I come across. Then they cannot resist already because they really agree with you, right? So that's a good point. Right, so this one, your favorite, this one I must show you.
Wow, I'm 21.
Score point, score point. Hey, Paul,
I'm still
骗
young
小
at
妹妹
heart.
啊，骗小妹妹。Yeah. So she's okay. So Alexandra said that she meant that you will get complaint. You see, you will get complaint if by who? You'll get complaint by who first? Who complain? The developer complain or the buyer complain? Okay. So while he letting her to come up to us, let me see. Okay. So we don't know whether you get complaint. So if you get complaint, you can either get complaint from. I don't think you get complaint from developer lah. They probably would know lah. You probably get you. I think you're referring to you get complaint from buyer. You get complaint from buyer is you send them without them asking for it. But before you ask to send them, you must ask them. If I come across a good deal, should I inform you or not? Nobody will say no to that question. If they say no, this buyer is not a genuine buyer. Drop him. Right? So that should answer your question. Right. So any other question for her? Feel free to ask. Right. We want to keep supper talk relaxed and interactive so that we can have more learning from there. Right.
Someone
So there's a
very
request from Eunice that whether can you have another session to share on techniques to code handle colleague. Yeah, that's what she actually proposed initially. After COVID-19 over or maybe towards the end, right? So, but that could be a possibility, right? Any other questions? Okay, let me see through anything. Okay, Deborah asks you, may I know what's the average age of your client?
Why do you want to ask the every age of the client?
So,
Are,
so,
are
so
they?
whether what kind of customer you attract,
It doesn't matter any customer as long as they are interested to buy.
that's
As
true.
long as they are above 21, they are eligible to buy. Any customer.
Any
Any
customer.
customer is good lead, I tell you. All leads are good. It's for you to go and convince them.
I think you got a new student, Jameson, want to learn how to make cookie from today onward.
Jameson.
That's good. So Billy has a question. Can you share your secret in keeping up such a high energy till now?
Well, I exercise a lot, but of course now I can't do it. Exercise a lot, keep my life going. I will never stop working. I mean, I'm excited for everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is me because I come from very hard life. So I mean I'm still excited every day for doing whatever things that I'm doing. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Any other question for her? Right. If no question for her, I want to show you something. Okay. Maybe while I'm preparing it, Emily, you want to give them some final golden nuggets of advice while I get prepared?
Okay. Maybe I answer some of the question.
Is that question coming?
Uh, okay, Cindy asked me, may I know what other activities do you have in finding leads? Uh, oh,
What activities you have in
okay,
finding
how
leads?
many
Yeah.
in your handphone? How many contacts you have? For me, I have almost 5,000.
How many again?
5,000. I
5,000
have 5,000
contact.
contacts. Yeah. So I
Wow.
don't know each and every one how many contacts you have in your mobile phone. Work on that first, because now is to call the warm leads, not the cold leads. Cold lead will take times. But of course, for new agents that don't have leads at all, I'll suggest call their relative,
Mm.
right? Call their relatives, show some
Call your
pictures.
relative, call your relatives' children, find
Yes,
out about how their children is doing. Are you guys doing okay during this period? You know, just this morning I got a message from somebody that never contacted for very long. But he simply sent me one message. How are you, lately? Never catch up for a long time. Then that's how the conversation started. So it's just sometimes a simple question like that that you start to find out how you are doing, long time no see, that kind of thing. Then the conversation will start to steer you, right? So this is how we do it. All right, so thank you, Emily, for the awesome heart-to-heart sharing.
thank you everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
So
you. Bye.
before we wrap off, I want to give you some tips that I promised. Now, remember the title of this section is called warm calling your way to a few closing, right? Meaning you start to first thing you do after tonight is to go through your phone list, sit down at your balcony or whatever, go through the phone list, see who are the one that you haven't called for a while and you are in good terms with, right? Just give them a chit chat and say that just want to find out how's things for you. So what are the things that you can recommend to the customer? Number one, if the customer is experiencing hardship, then you can recommend to the customer what they can do during this period. So one of the key thing is to refinance, right? Because refinancing will bring down their installment significantly because interest rate dropped quite significant a lot. And those of you who received my message tonight, Citibank has come out with a very attractive lock-in period of 2 years for an interest rate of only 1.38, while every other bank is lock-in rate is about 1.5 to 1.6. So 1.38 is really cheap and it's for 2 years. And because they are so successful that now they worry, that's why I heard tomorrow they may so-called remove this package. So you quickly tomorrow morning or tonight text your people that you know whether they want to take advantage of this. So number one, right, find out how they are, get them to see whether you can provide some solution. Two, they maybe say that tell you, oh, I bought a property, but I now very worried I cannot find a tenant. They say, hey, actually we can help you find a tenant remotely, right? So third thing, he may say that, oh, my husband has been asked to stop work. We may not have our job. What should we do? Then you give them some advice, okay? So the next training, I will share with you 8 strategy that you can help all these owners who are in hardship. Okay, I really prepared all the animation all done already. We're going to use that for our prospecting activity for you, right? So that will come very soon when we embark on prospecting journey again, right? So this week is all about prospecting, by the way. Then after that, you will call from the phone list. You see what that's the problem they have. They could be your ex-customer. They could be your new customer that call you in the past. I just calling you because I noticed that you called me about 3 months ago on a property that I marketed. I just wanted to find out. I'm just in the process of updating my database to see whether my customer has already bought or not. You see, I have a database of 100 customers who have called me, and I'm doing one by one to see whether have you bought. Because if you have bought, then I will remove you from the database. Is that okay? Have you bought your property? Or you say, oh no, yeah, oh, why not? Blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, if I have a good deal, would you like me to inform you? Right? Because I'm monitoring the market and I start to discover a lot of good deals happening. And you see, sir, the thing about good deal is that when it happen very fast. So I would suggest that you haven't done your IPA, you should do your IPA now. Right now, banks are also very good. They allow remote IPA. Huh? They will do a video call with you and then ask you to do some submission of documents. Everything can be done remotely. Get yourself ready for that so that there's a buying opportunity come, you can grab it. Right? So after
Okay.
you comb through all your phone lists, you got something to add?
Yes.
Ah,
Someone asked me about some question.
okay, we come to
Yes.
that question later.
Okay.
So after you comb through the whole list of the phone numbers, Then there's one very big database you must work on, which I'm going to show you in a short while. Okay, but for now there is a question. So somebody has a question. Which question is that?
Can I
By
ask
who?
for Diva Karen?
Where would that question be?
Pushpa Pushpalata, is it?
Okay, here you are. Can I
Pushpa.
ask if you call 3 to 5 customer, when is the next time you get back to them?
Okay, basically you need to create other I mean a paper, a footstep or book or something like that, or you can do it on computer in like a document. You type down every conversation that you speak to the customer. You write it down. What's the date you call? When did you call? And what are the conversation? You have to write down all this in the paper. Otherwise, you'll forget everything. What you have said, what you have asked. So actually, I also prepared that for Lester. You know,
Why is that again?
it's a form like this that you need to fill up when you call your customer, the name, the date, and then of course the address, what are the address they are staying. You have to write down all this,
Okay,
not
so you
just
have that prepared
call.
for us to share with AAG, is it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay,
She can follow up.
fantastic. So okay, so after you finish calling all the after you finish calling all your customer on your after you finish calling all your customer on your phone, remember what just now I told you about warm calling? Customer who have called you 3 months ago, 6 months ago, they are your gold mine. Because why? 3 months ago they were shopping. Now everything suddenly become cheaper than what they were buying. So as Emily was saying, right, 60 buyers that has ever called her, this is the biggest lesson that you should take away tonight. 60 buyers that have ever called her, she give her a call one by one, and from there she only need one customer to close the deal, right?
Just one.
60, but only one need to give you the check to close the deal. So because of that, you must have track what are the customer that you have ever called you. So if you're like her, congratulations, you got your book is your gold mine. But for the rest of you, like me, you are too lazy to track, right? So let me show you where are all the gold mine, okay, that you probably didn't realize. So let me share my screen with you now. So I will hide away Emily first, okay, so that I will show you my screen, right? So everybody would have know that Property Guru is a very good platform. So I was trying to tell you is that, sorry, what I was trying to tell you is that you guys are sitting on gold mine because you guys don't have time to track all your customer. But actually, all your customer has already been tracked for you by Property Guru. Every person that has ever sent you a message in through Property Guru, all right, is already there, right? So can you guys still hear me? I hope. Yep. No sound. Still no sound. Still no sound. Okay, what happened? Okay, maybe I should repeat again. All the customer that have ever called you is your gold mine. So if you have track like Emily, your book is your gold mine. If you call them back today, they not only motivated, they know what is a good deal. Because 3 months ago they were looking, they have a reference point. They can know that this is a good deal. So more for the rest of us, we don't have time to track. So the gold mine is in your Property Guru account. So if you see from your Property Guru account, okay, I hope you can still hear me and see me. In your Property Guru account, right, you can actually, still can't hear me. Loud and clear. Okay, good. Okay, now. So on your Property Guru account, in actual fact, you are sitting on gold mine because if you look at it, your new messages is every person that have ever contacted you through Property Guru is all inside this message inbox. And one by one, you can call them. One by one, you can call them. Okay, so you can call them to find out whether are they bought something. If they have bought something, would they need help to rent it out? And if you click on all this, you notice that you even have all the email address, which is not protected under PDPA, but is protected under DNC. Sorry, not protected under DNC, but is protected under I think no spam law. So as long as you send them by email, you can still contact them, right? You got their mobile number and you know what were the property that they have actually contacted you for. And because you know what property they contacted you for, you already know what's their budget, okay? So same thing for all the property that you have ever done, all these one by one you take out, right? I wish I got time to help you pull out this data automatically to write a software. But if I write a software to do that, by the time I finish writing the software, COVID-19 is over. So I think you better do it now. So now all of you are very free. Don't just keep cooking, sing song. Every day spend 2 hours, just do this, tabulate out. These are all gold mine. Like Emily said, you only need one customer from that list to close the deal. One by one, you tabulate out into Excel sheet, and then from the property that they inquire, you can reverse engineer and know what is their budget roughly, right? And you tabulate, right? You have no time. You've got children to be too free. Get them to help. Every record they do for you, buy them an ice cream or whatever. So you do it to your creativity, compile it, and I assure you, you take only one full day of your hard work, pull everything down in the Excel sheet. Every time you hear a good deal, developer discount, this inside there, somewhere there is a gold mine for you. So inside there, they either have not buy or they have bought something and need help in renting out. These are gold mine. All right, so these are free lead that you don't even need to spend a single cent. All right, I hope you get excited about this idea that a lot of people overlook. Right, I hope this is something that you take action. And I can tell you today we have about 100 of you here. Right, 100 and we have 175 of you watching this stream. But I can tell you for very certain, not many of you will take action one. So don't worry. Those of you who take action, this gold mine may turn into a closing for you, right? So please do it, and this belong to you, your database, right? So I hope that answers this, right? Any last questions before we close shop for the night? Any last question for me or Emily? Okay, so it will take about 30 seconds for them to answer me that question. So Emily, got any last advice for them for
Okay,
today?
my advice to them is that every call you make, put on the smile because they can feel you.
Cool. So looks like we don't have any question tonight. Very good. If no question, good night, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. So I hope you guys will take action. Right. Thank you, Emily, for sharing. Now, if you have learned something today, right, you must know the drill already. When we share with you, our Facebook link to thank Emily, please help me thank Emily because the more you help me to thank them, the better it is for all of us, right? Let's all be gracious and grateful to those who are willing to step forward to share. All right. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.